My friends, it's time for story. Hey guys. It is story time for Tuesday night. Let's go through our steps to make sure we're all ready for our story. Show me that your eyes are watching. Oh no, I messed it up. Your eyes are watching. There we go. Your voice is quiet so you can hear the words from my book. Your body is calm. Your ears, turn them on so they're ready to listen. Don't forget to turn to the person next to you. Give them a high five. And let me come down and say hi to all my friends. Hi, Beebs. Hi, Bella. Hi, Nate. Hi, Trinity. How are you guys? Today we are reading Rough Weather Ahead for Walter the Farting Dog. One of my really good friends gave me this book to borrow because it is her favorite to read, and she thought you guys might like it too. And I read through it. It's a pretty funny book. I think she's right. Let's get started. So, Rough Weather Ahead for Walter the Farting Dog by William Kotzwinkle, Glenn Murray, and Elizabeth Gundy. And it's illustrated by Audrey Coleman. Beebs, are you watching? And this book goes out to everyone who's ever felt misjudged or misunderstood. Have you ever felt misunderstood before? I have sometimes, and that's okay. Professor Compressor knocked on the door. I understand your dog has a farting disorder. It's not a disorder, said Betty and Billy. Yes, it is, shouted Father. Come on in. Professor Compressor said, I've made a lifelong study of animal gas. He examined Walter, gently poking around his stomach. You'd better be careful, said Walter. He farts when you do that. He won't fart at me, will you, Walter? Walter farted. Professor Compressor staggered backward, waving his gas meter. 10.7. The highest I've ever recorded. What a remarkable animal. Walter was pleased to be called remarkable. He liked Professor Compressor and licked his hand. If you join in to my story, we're reading Rough Weather Ahead for Walter the Farting Dog. Let me know down below who's watching so I can say hi. You're a good dog, Walter, said Professor Compressor, and I'm going to help you. He poked around some more. It's digestion that causes such powerful farts. We don't mind, said Betty and Billy. Yes, we do, said Mother. Years of research have led me to this special formula, said Professor Compressor. Powders and potions appeared from his pockets. He plugged in a gleaming machine. Mix it in my compressatron and serve it fresh 3 times a day. We are so grateful, said Mother. Did you guys see the special machine that he's made? So 3 times a day, Mother mixed the special formula into the compressatron. His farts aren't as bad, said Billy hopefully. They're worse than ever, said Father. Your father is right, said Mother. That night, Father decided to mix the formula himself. He examined the powders carefully. More of this, he decided, less of this, and a lot more of that. Father sniffed the new mixture and smiled. That's better. Tastes pretty good, said Walter to himself, and ate it faithfully every day. It's working, cried Mother. The air smells so fresh. Hooray, said Betty. Walter was pleased too. Everyone was smiling. No one ran away when he came into the room. Father even hugged him. However, inside Walter, gas was building up slowly. The dog's getting fat, said Father. But it wasn't fat. It was farts, waiting to be set free. Professor's compressors, mixture, and Father's expert touch were turning Walter into a blimp. Walter began taking strange little bounces when he walked across the room. One evening, he floated over Father's chair. Great jump, Walter, said Billy, but it wasn't a jump. It was gas. What do you think's going to happen? Anybody have an idea? Gotta readjust this page. The following evening, Billy and Betty were in their room doing homework. Billy, said Betty, look outside. Betty and Billy raced out of the house. Walter was floating over the trees. Walter, come down, cried Betty, but Walter couldn't come down. He floated into town. Quite a view, he said to himself. A breeze came up and blew him to the other end of town. This is getting serious, said Walter. He knew the problem was gas. He knew the solution was farting. He squeezed. He pressed his belly with his paws. He twisted into a knot. Nothing. He floated all night long, and when morning came, he was high above the world. Mommy, said a little girl, look at the balloon. It's lost, said the little girl's mother. It will never come back. What is Walter going to do? He's all the way in space now. Walter floated for days. He floated over green hills and blue rivers. He floated over skyscrapers and farms. He floated in the dark and the rain. He felt lonely and cold. He went whichever way the wind carried him. Suddenly, the wind grew much stronger, and he wasn't alone anymore. Can you pretend to make some wind at home? The air around him was filled with the flutter of tiny, frozen wings. What are those? Are they going to help him? What do you guys think? Millions of butterflies were caught in a freezing windstorm. They had been on their way to their winter home when the storm took them by surprise. Poor butterflies, said Walter to himself. The wind was driving them toward the frozen wake below. I've got to help them, thought Walter. He knew he had it in him if he could just get it out. He grunted, he groaned, he pressed, he looked into their tiny insect faces. It was now or never. Walter's trying to help. What's he going to do? He let it rip. A blast of warm gas lifted the butterflies out of their dive. It melted the ice on their wings. It carried them to the far side of a mountain where the sun was shining. They touched down in a field of wildflowers. A forest ranger in his tower grabbed his two-way radio. I think those butterflies are going to be okay, said the ranger. Out of gas, Walter went down like a rocket. He splashed into a pond and doggy paddled to shore. Can you doggy paddle? I think that looks like this. He shook himself dry, then he sniffed the air, turned around, and started the long walk home. He'd gone only a little way when the ranger pulled up in his Jeep. Can I give you a lift, Wonder Dog? Somebody sent us a big package, said Mother, looking out the window. It's not a package, cried Billy. It's Walter. Oh, Walter, said Betty, we're so glad you're back. Not half as glad as we are, said the delivery men. Why do you think they were so happy? I'm going to guess he was probably farting the whole way. And now look. They threw him a parade. Can you see that? It says, Wonder Dog, save the butterflies. So I really like this book because I think the point of the story is that sometimes we try to hide the things away that we know that we're truly ourselves, like the things about ourselves that we don't like, that we think some people don't like. But this book really shows that it's okay to be yourself and the right kind of people will accept you for it. I'm going to read one more book because I do have a short one here. I hope you guys can stick around. I just got to grab it real quick. But if you want to check out that book at your house, it was called Rough Weather Ahead for Walter the Farting Dog by William Cotswinkle, Glenn Murray, and Elizabeth Gundy. It was illustrated by Audrey Coleman. The second book, excuse me, that I would like to read is called What Does the Fox Say by Ylvis. You might remember this, or the person next to you might remember this as a song. My classroom really loves this song, and so I found this when I was out shopping one day, and I knew my classroom had to have it because they just enjoy the song so much. So if you do know the words, feel free to sing them along with me, and I hope you enjoy. Again, What Does the Fox Say by Ylvis, illustrated by Sven Nys. Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Let's go through those one more time. Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Can you do those? Which one is your favorite? Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and elephant goes toot. Duck says quack, and fish goes blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. Bella, you like the cat? That's a good one. Winnie, you like the tweet? But there is one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? Let's find out. Ring ding 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 ding, ring ding 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 ding, ring ding 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 ding. Wap pa 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 pow, wap pa 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 pow, wap pa 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 pow. Look at that fox. He is crazy tonight. Hotty, hotty, hotty ho, hotty, hotty, hotty ho, hotty, hotty, hotty ho. What does the fox say? Man, that fox says some crazy stuff. Big blue eyes and pointy nose, chasing mice and digging holes. Tiny paws up the hill. Suddenly you're standing still. Your fur is red, so beautiful. like an angel in disguise. But if you meet a friendly horse, will you communicate by Morse? How will you speak to that horse? What does the fox say? Chow 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 chow. Look at that fox, he is wild. Ahi ahi ahi, ahi ahi ahi, ahi ahi ahi. Ow, ow. What does the fox say? The secret of the fox, ancient mystery, somewhere in the woods, I know you are hiding. What is your sound? Will we ever know? It will always be a mystery. Look at the owl. He looks kind of scared up here. That fox must make some crazy sounds. What do you say? You're my guardian angel. Hiding in the woods, what is your sound? Will we ever know? I want to know. Boo boo bop wee doo, booty dee dee boop wee, booty bop wee doo, booty ba da boo, booty ba da boo. What was your favorite fox sound? And can you make the sound of the fox? If you like that book, I really suggest you go watch the music video because your parents or your friends or whoever you're with right now will love it. Go watch What Does the Fox Say? It's a lot of fun. This was the book What Does the Fox Say by Ylvis, illustrated by Sven Nijhuis, and I highly suggest you check it out. I am going to do I'm going to do my book tomorrow at 6 o'clock, same time, same place. I hope you guys enjoyed my two books, What Does the Fox Say? And Rough Weather Ahead for Walter the Farting Dog. Dr. Science is coming by so we can see the results of his experiment with the celery. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. High five the person next to you, and I will see you guys tomorrow here at 6 o'clock.